continually educate our employees what proper practices are.
Do you ever wonder about those government-issued take-home vehicles? We did, especially after our cameras spotted a City of Buffalo DPW truck showing up at the same location in the city over the course of several days. The News 4 Investigates team has been looking into this for months. Luke Moretti is here with the latest. Luke.
Yeah, it started with video of a city truck, but it led to some bigger questions. For example, what's the policy for take-home vehicles? And how is that communicated to employees? And who's in charge of making sure the vehicles are used properly? Over a 10-day period in October, we found a City of Buffalo DPW truck at this Military Road location in Buffalo, parked for 2, sometimes 3 hours at a time.
I don't prefer that to happen.
But it did happen, and while the worker was off the city clock and there on his own time, it begs the question. If city vehicles are only to be used for city business, what's a city truck doing at this location?
I'll be honest with you, I don't prefer it.
We showed City DPW Commissioner Steve Stepniak video of the truck arriving and being parked at the location.
Is that like right near his residence? Is he stopping on his way home? Does he live like a block from that location? Preferably, I would have him take his vehicle home first and then come there.
We showed the video to City Controller Mark Schroeder.
The vehicles are to be used for city business.
In fact, Schroeder, the city's fiscal watchdog, says his office collects vehicle usage forms monthly. Just above where employees sign the form, it clearly states the vehicle was used exclusively for city business, with the exception of commuting back and forth to work.
When you have this form that an individual employee of the City of Buffalo signs and says he's only using the vehicle for city business, it doesn't appear to be so based on what I just watched.
Buffalo Common Council member Richard Fontana says if an employee is not following policy, the vehicle should be taken away.
Quite frankly, you know the rules going in. You ask, what can I use this vehicle for? So you can't use it for anything else.
The employee using the city truck seen in the video signed a vehicle usage form declaring that it was used exclusively for city business.
It was an improper practice, not an abuse, but an improper practice that we corrected. According
to Commissioner Steve Stepniak, the worker assigned to the truck owns the property on Military Road and says it's a warehouse where the employee stores stuff.
He was stopping there because, again, it's a facility he owns where he stores his own stuff there. He was just stopping there on his way home and taking care of personal business there, but not using it for any other work purposes.
Stepniak says corrective measures have been taken. So, what are the rules? We asked the city to provide us with its take-home vehicle policy. Vehicles are only to be used for official city business, for commuting to and from employees' work locations. Vehicles are not used for recreational or personal purposes.
The fewer take-home vehicles, the better.
Questions about the use of city vehicles have come up many times over the years and during previous administrations.
I think the time is ripe to see, where are we now with take-home vehicles as opposed to then.
Councilmember David Franzik says it's been a while since the council has been given a status report on city take-home vehicles. Is this something, that you will ask about?
Yeah.
And try to get a handle on?
Yes, I intend to ask about that. I'll talk to our Commissioner of Administration and Finance and say, who is the overall overseer, which doesn't seem to be any at this point.
In an email to News 4, the city's director of communications states that department heads are responsible for ensuring that city-owned vehicles are used appropriately. Now, coming up tonight at 11, we'll take a look at how one city department plans to keep track of its vehicles, including the take-home kind. Luke Moretti, News 4 at 5:30.
Thank you, Luke.